very successful 2011 Fringe show called Thick, and he is psyched to be doing a new show that he's going to be showing us a little piece of, give us a little taste so we know what's coming up. And it is called Live Nude Clothes. So let's give it up for James Bradford.
Kenny Rogers!
Yeah. Hey!
Hey!
Woo! Woo! Welcome to the flaming homosexual portion of the evening. Brought to you by Astroline. I never dress up for these things, and I made an attempt tonight, and I'm very pleased with myself. Do you like it? Do you like it? That's fine. I like it. I wore my best Glee hat. I thought this is a very Glee hat. Isn't this such a Glee hat? Like, this is something that they would wear while singing like a Dolly Parton medley during a scene about meth addiction, don't you think? Jolene! Like, you know, that's Glee to me. Yes, so, I am gay. And I've been doing this whole acting, performing thing since I was 19. I signed with my first agent when I was 19, Creative Talent Management in Reston, Virginia. And I was her first gay client, which is something that will only happen at an agency in Reston, Virginia. And she had no idea what to do with me, so she would call me up and she would say, James, here's the deal. I got an audition for you. I don't know really what it's all about, but you go, you be you, you'll be fine. And then I would get there, and it would be for like hardcore leather porno, or Cirque du Soleil. Finally one day she called me up and she said, James, here's the deal. And I don't want you to take this personally, but you're gay, and you're fat. Now you could be gay, or you could be fat, but you can't be both, and I'm going to need for you to decide. How can I take that personally? I decided to get a new fucking agent. Yay! I love gay stereotypes. I think they're the best. I think we're awesome. We are, like, you know, hairdressers and curtain sewers. I don't know what they say that we are, but whatever they say that we are all of those things. I love it. The only one that I don't really get, and it's a very real, I think it's Will and Grace's fault, is there's this like reputation that gay men are all these catty, bitchy, cutting queens who like just are angry all the time and have a remark every time you walk by. And I don't have a vindictive bone in my body, okay? And I will cut anyone who says that I do. There's stuff that gay people get that straight people don't get. I don't know. But like, everybody here's probably hetero, just by the standards. But you know, are there any gay people with us? Anybody? No one knew until now.
Get that spotlight on it.
I think gay people get the coolest stuff. Okay, like for instance, I have this drag queen friend whose name is Fiber Laxative. And her life's work is dedicated to proving that any song in the entire world can be abruptly yet convincingly ended by interjecting the words, work it, work it. Like, anybody give me a song that you think I would know?
Hey Jude.
Oh shit, I don't know. I just know like, Hey Jude. Oh, you know what? I'll work with it. I'll work it. So it'd be like, Hey Jude, work it, work it. Like, straight people don't get that. You guys don't keep up with that shit. Another example. I had a dream a couple weeks ago that the zombie apocalypse was happening. And I was holed up with Chad Michaels from RuPaul's Drag Race in the back of Boingity Boing, a sex shop in Greenwich Village. And zombies would wander in, but then they would wander back out again because they couldn't really catch our scent on account of all the leather and lube. And we realized that we weren't going to be safe forever. We were out of edible panties, so we had to make a break for it. We came up with this brilliant plan. So we put Chad in his best Cher regalia. We put him in a harness and slowly descended him over Greenwich Village because he figured most of the zombies were gay, so they would be drawn to Cher. And then I could be on the adjacent rooftop with a gun and pick them off. So, you know, he lowers down and he starts singing. He's like, do you believe in life after death? I can see we're under zombie attacky, but I still look fierce in this Bob Mackie. And you guys don't get that. I don't know what you're doing about, like, minivans, lady fronts, I don't know. But not that. Not that. The other day, this is a true story. I'm ashamed to admit it. I don't like to say this is a true story because it's all true, but this is a true story. Some Girl Scouts came to sell some cookies. And I guess they have this thing now where they send out like a Boy Scout with them and they team up because Boy Scouts don't have cookies, which is a whole other discussion. So it's a boy and a girl and then a mom, and she's like, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? And I just got irate. Because this whole thing about the Boy Scouts kicking out gay people because it's against their whole structure and belief system, I just lost it. And I just started lecturing them, which I kind of felt bad about. I was like, no, I will not. I will not support your organization because you are discriminatory and you are bigoted, and I will take 10 boxes of Thin Mints and get off my lawn! I don't? Okay. I do love Madonna, which is a very gay thing. I'm not saying straight people can't love her. I don't think you understand her, but I even have like a Madonna adjacent that tattoo. But I don't get now Madonna. I'm really okay. Here's the thing. In this, especially in the climate that we've created in this planet, I think that women should look however the fuck they want to look, by all means. But Madonna has gotten so like vascular. It's like, I mean, she's 50, whatever, and that's cool, but I just don't, it can't be healthy to be 90% veins. There's gotta be like a condition or something. And look, she's still talented, she's always been talented, but I feel like if 90% of your halftime show has to be about a guy that balances on a tightrope with his taint, that you probably have not worked out the details as well as you should. I love, you always hear people say, well, Madonna is maybe not the best vocalist or actress, but she's a really smart woman. No, she's not. Come on, have you listened to her songs? Half of the lyrics are just like, come on, come on, come on, yeah, come on. There's not a bit, it's just an observation. What does that say? Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, I did that. I got thrown off by the quotation marks around it. They look like little angry eyes. Okay, so, here's the thing. I didn't mean to punch Debbie Gibson in the face. I'll go back. I dropped out of high school in my sophomore year because I was living in Louisiana where the education system was top-notch. And I moved to Manhattan to go to acting school because I was going to be a theater queen. Success. And I was going to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, and there was this really cool little patisserie next door, which for you commoners is a bakery. And I went in one day to order everything, and I saw this woman standing at the counter. And she's kind of mousy, and, petite, but in sloppy overalls and a blouse, stringy hair and a scrunchie. But when I got a better look at her, I realized, holy shit, that is Deborah Gibson. So I walked up to her and I was like, are you who I think you are? Could be. I used to be a singer. My heart broke. I used to be a singer. See, at the time, New York was sort of pre-Disney-ification. Like, you could still catch cats and then buy a copy of Latino Inches on the way out. Like, Latino is the word that is. So it was like an anything goes atmosphere. And to that wit, Debbie Gibson was starring on Broadway in Les Mis as, I want to say, Cosette, is that right? Close enough. See, full disclosure, I've never seen Les Mis, but even I know that Debbie Gibson should not be in it. So I used to be a singer. I was like, oh, really, Debbie Gibson? I go to the acting school next door. Oh, are you a singer? Oh no, Debbie Gibson, I'm trying to be. No, you listen to me. When someone asks you, are you a singer? You say, yes, yes I am. And you raise your head high. I said, Jesus, are you Debbie Gibson or Courtney Love? I said, thanks, Debbie Gibson. That's really good advice. And then it got kind of awkward, as it does when someone's as huge and successful as Debbie Gibson and you're just me. And I wanted to say something, make her feel better about her life and how things have been going. So after a moment, I said, Debbie Gibson, you know, I still have half a bottle of Electric Youth Cologne in my medicine cabinet at home. Oh, that's great. Thanks. Well, we parted ways, and she took her 12 boxes of croissant and walked towards the door. And I stepped forward to the cash register to pay for my stuff. And my foot hit a pat of butter that had fallen on the floor, and I slid and careened forward, and my fist caught Debbie Gibson's jaw. I know what you're thinking, You're thinking, James, we thought you got in a fist fight with Debbie Gibson, and I wish I had. The closest I've ever come is an ongoing feud that I'm having on the internet with Martika. Kids, Google it. But celebrity encounters, man. I've had a few. I worked for RuPaul. I know. Don't know how it happened. Still don't know how it happened. This is how it happened. I was a lifelong RuPaul fan. I had grown up listening to RuPaul. Good lord. You think I drank some strychnine tea on the way out? I was a lifelong RuPaul fan. RuPaul came out at a time when grunge and boy bands were really successful. RuPaul had this really great message, whether you were into drag queens or pop music or not. The message was, love yourself, embrace who you are. And that wasn't really out there for young kids. I was 13 when RuPaul came out. So I had amassed this embarrassingly large RuPaul collection. And being that I'm a nerd, I wanted to set up a RuPaul discography website. But I thought, oh, I should ask permission. I don't know why I thought I needed permission. So I emailed RuPaul's management and I asked, and I got an email back from Joelle, Ru's manager, and Joelle said, I have an even better idea. The person who manages our online presence just stepped down. How do you like to take that job? Would I like to take that job? Does Tina Turner wear a wig? That's a wig? That's a wig. So my job was to primarily answer fan letters and emails that were written to RuPaul as RuPaul. It was mostly pretty easy. I had a notepad file on my desktop with pre-written responses I could cut and paste, like, hey baby, sachet Shantae, this is RuPaul. Sorry, I can't come perform at your bat mitzvah. I'm sure it's gonna be my sugar. But every now and then I would get a kid who was a lot like I used to be, who really was looking for a role model, and it was my chance to actually tell them, you know what, you're totally cool. You're cool who you are. It was great. It was a full circle moment because I was a child RuPaul fan who got advice from RuPaul, and now I was RuPaul giving advice to child fans. It's pretty sweet. Didn't pay it. Okay, so Live Nude Clothes is sort of anecdotes about the most embarrassing moments in my life. My show Thick, I had a few bits that were pertained specifically like my sex life, and I noticed how freaked out the audience got, which so about, the whole show's not about sex, but it's just about those embarrassing things. But this is about sex. Okay, so when I was about 20, I used to hang out at this dance club in Washington, D.C. called Trax. I thought it was called Trax because of like their groovy tracks. I didn't realize it was like Stars from Heroin. He just was what they were referencing. Sexy! Fun, shizzy kind of. I went there one night and I was hanging out with these people that I didn't really know. There was a group of us, as oft there is. There was another guy named James, this big like black muscle queen, and a drag queen named Paprika Seasonin. This guy named David, who I thought was super cute. So at the end of the night, we all exchanged phone numbers so we could pretend like we were actually in touch. But I called David the next day and I was like, hey David, this is James from last night. You know, I'm really hot. Would you like to maybe hook up and get together? And he was like, yeah, sure, I really like that. I was hoping you would call. So we arranged to meet the next day at the college that I went to. And I was sitting by this little fountain waiting for him, very Cinderella. And I saw him and he just walked right by me. He just walked right by and I thought, that's weird. It's like, hey, David, hey. He turned around and he's like, oh, hey. I didn't think anything of it. And, you know, we sat there and we talked and we went to a movie and we went to dinner. Things seemed, you know, kosher. And then we went back to my place and we got into bed. And so, you know, I went down with him and gave him the pleasure, as they say in France and Brooklyn. And, you know, he got off and I sort of rolled over. And then there was a moment where I was waiting for my turn. Because as far as I'm concerned, it was like an abacus. And it's like, you know, like that's the way it works. And when nothing really happened, we got awkward, and then he rolled over and he said, so, the thing is, like, I don't really find you very attractive.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll show you the door. You go. So, you know, I took him to the door and I let him go. And the next day I got an email from him, and he said, hey, James, so thanks for yesterday. It was a little weird, and I didn't really know what to do, because when you called, I thought you were that other James that was with us, the big muscular black guy. And I just didn't know what to say when it wasn't him. So naturally, it was awkward, but not too awkward that, you know, you let me blow you in my mom's bed. That's fine. It was my fault, because I didn't try hard enough to be a big black muscle queen. And I learned my lesson, and my new lesson is that I'm done. I didn't feel like long enough. I'm going to keep going. Thank you very much.